All right, you scummy fucks. Welcome back to another episode of the Cultural Swine Podcast. And, free Palisades. Essentially, at this point, because it looks just like fucking Gaza. And, all jokes aside, that's literally what it looks like. It looks like fucking Netanyahu also made a nice little run through the Pacific Palisades, and it looks exactly like Gaza. That shit is burnt to the fucking ground and nothing left, it seems like. I think over more the amount of land that's been burnt in this is larger than Manhattan, to give you an idea. It's huge. And it's not just these fucking idiot celebrities, these retards that are, comparing themselves to Gaza victims and the like. It's that, I think it's Altadena, this area was called. This fire fucked up a lot of working class, hardworking people that could afford to live where they were living, but could not afford a disaster like this. Especially, they could not afford it, especially when being dropped by their insurance, their fire policies. And funny enough, the other day, the Rams played the Minnesota Vikings. The LA Rams were playing the Minnesota Vikings in a wild card game for the NFL. This game was supposed to be played in LA. Well, here's the ironic slap in the face. I don't know if they're doing it straight out of just like, we can do whatever the fuck we want. Here's some disrespect, or like, here's a way of covering it up. But it's a pretty fucking idiotic way to cover something up. State Farm, who 4 months prior to these fires decided to drop a shit ton of people regarding fire policy, they decide to offer their stadium, the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, they offered their stadium to be used for the wildcard game so that they could move the game from LA, where State Farm directly was fucking over everyone, or not everyone, but a good amount of people. They were bending over a fuck ton of people, but they said, hey, it's all right. We know you retards love to watch football, you fat fucking slobs. We know you love it. We know you love watching a game that you couldn't even fucking bear in mind to play. But here's what we'll do, since we know you love it so much. Since we just bent over how many people and just raw dogged so many people, we'll let you guys play this game in our stadium, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. We know you guys are going through some tough times. You guys are going to get your land stolen from you. You guys aren't going to get paid shit. Insurance isn't going to investigate. But here's what we'll do. We'll let you fat retard slobs watch your fucking football game played in our stadium. And we'll just get the marketing. So that's what happened. It's so ironic that State Farm is like, yeah, we're going to just drop all these people off our fire policy or not cover fires. And as if like we're not foreshadowing anything. We're just going to drop all these people from our fire policies. And, after we're done fucking them, we will allow them to play their football game or watch their football game be played in our stadium in Glendale. So we don't have to worry about the fires impacting the status of the football game. Fucking retards. So yeah, the Pacific Palisades and the LA fires, covered more ground than Manhattan. It decimated very, very hardworking people. It decimated neighborhoods that were built by, working class and very hardworking people. And there's some very rich people too that were involved in these neighborhoods, but they were not the celebrities you see whining and bitching about losing their, one of their 4 homes, when most of them just up and left and copped a suite at Epstein's Island, or fucking got a nice little underground suite at Diddy's place. Or they went to one of their other 4 fucking houses or properties. Most people that were devastated by this fire could not do that. And most people devastated by this fire are not celebrities that will be able to afford this tragedy, even in the face of having no insurance. These people are going to be ruined. And why would you sell And then it comes down to, well, do you want to rebuild? Are you as a person that just had their fucking house burnt to the fucking ground, would you want to rebuild in the same area with no insurance, given that fires like this happened in 2018 as well, and now 2025, and given who fucking knows when the next ones will be, whenever these fucks that are stealing land, I mean, feel like starting another fire. They did it in Lahaina, and they seem to have done it now in LA. So who knows? But would you, as someone that just lost their house in this, want to rebuild in the same area, given that these fires seem to be a ongoing occurrence? And given that you're going to have no insurance to cover it each time your fucking house just burns to smithereens, why would you rebuild there? And then you then you go to sell it, and, well, the property ain't worth shit because it wasn't insured. And then there's also, it's just burnt land now. So what can you really get offered for that? Not shit. So these are real LA refugees. These are real US refugees that we have to take care of now, on top of all the fucking dipshits that decided to come in illegally for a way better life. And, well, the only thing they seem to be doing is making their life better simultaneously while making others' lives worse. So I don't know if they came here for a better life, but if they did, they are definitely preying on the decent people to make their lives better. It seems like that's what's happening with the illegal immigration issue, in my opinion. Now, yeah, you got a lot of good, hardworking people as well, but one too many fucking bad apples has entered, and now not only do we have to deal with that seems to be an invasion at the border, we have to deal with now real U.S. refugees. And given we had no fucking water anywhere to be found except for, the whatever their names is, Rustnicks, the scumfucks, the Jays, the J couple that owns 80% of the water. Yeah, so they seem to have all the resources that the tax money is supposed to be going towards. But given we have no fucking water and no resources to, that they were charging taxes for, how are we going to take care of these U.S. refugees? We didn't even have fucking water to put out the fire. I mean, what's going on there? And then why aren't people fucking up in arms right now asking, why the fuck were we, the people, paying for the water tax so that we could own the water? Why don't we have any control or, equity over the water supply and the water reserve, which our tax money was going towards? Why did we cut funding on whatever the fire department or fighting wildfires or whatever they did? Why are they cutting funding? Where is that money going then? Where is this tax money going if we have no fucking water reserves? 80% of it's owned by a Jewish couple, and, well, they taxed us, so where'd the money go? They should be up in arms right now, but they're a bunch of progressive retards that are, still have their head up their ass. I mean, this calls for almost a revolution. Like a rebellion right here. Where is the tax money going? Why do we get taxed so much? It was supposed to be, we the people pay taxes for the water so it can be owned by the people. Why is it owned by two Jewish retards? Just absolute scumbags. So that they can grow pistachios and, run their wonderful food brand and run Fiji water. But, well, there was no water to be seen when these fires were ripping through LA, enough land to cover Manhattan. So the people should be up in arms about that. And now they should be up in arms about where they're going to get the resources to take care of these new refugees, which are U.S. citizens, so they should be a priority compared to anyone else when it comes to the refugee aspect of our country. So that's all I got to say on this fires for right now. Another thing that happened, we had the FDA, The FDA bans cancer-linked red dye number 3 in foods. Well, good job. Finally, we're fucking making baby steps. I mean, this is huge, but it's like, I mean, there's so many other culprits that are linked to cancer as well that are in the foods. Why aren't all of them getting banned? I mean, it's a start, but I mean, it's a start, and I'm very glad about that. The dyes need to go, but there's other things that could go as well. So it's a good start. I'm glad that we're moving in this direction, but there are way bigger culprits to cancer and human health that are still legal even after this ban that need to be added to the ban. So I say fucking ban trannies and vaccines, and we are now making some real headway. Fuck. It's pretty much all I got. I watched a good Mel Gibson movie yesterday, and it was called Conspiracy Theorist with Julia Roberts. Fire. I mean, it pretty much is a blueprint to how the CIA used MK Ultra, a mind control project, to create assassins that they can turn on and off whenever they would like a Manchurian candidate. And this kind of just goes into that, and it kind of details how that even after the project was closed and shut down, that many CIA operatives continued the research, and that was not the end of MK Ultra. So that was a great Mel Gibson movie. I'm going to go down a Mel Gibson rabbit hole after seeing him on Rogan. He's a fucking stand-up dude. And he lost his fucking house during his Rogan podcast. Like, while he was on the Rogan podcast, his house was burning to the fucking ground. And he was the only celebrity you saw after this, like, saying, I have other homes. I have enough. I'm going to be okay. Like, it's just stuff. Like, yeah, it sucks to lose it, but it's just stuff, and I'm all right, and my family and friends are okay. Like, he actually acted like a real human being and not some fucking lizard reptilian like the rest of the celebrities acted like. So that was Mel Gibson's fucking, he's dope. He's the shit. And I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole with his movies because I know they all got messaging in them. They all got something to teach, and they're all fucking great from what I hear. And after, listening to him talk for 3 hours on Rogan, I really like the guy. So I want to watch his movies, and that's what I'm going to fucking do. And I started off with Conspiracy Theorist, and it was a fucking banger. I don't know if I'm going to go Passion of the Christ next or Lethal Weapon. Maybe Braveheart I haven't seen. I'm a Mel Gibson version, yeah, at heart. So I need to delve into his works. Yeah, so that's pretty much about it. Other than that, let's check the news. Anything worth noting? No, just the red dye getting banned, but I wish they would fucking ban trannies and vaccines along with it. So, I know it's great to see red dye 3, number 3 or whatever it's called, get banned, and that's great. It's a great first step. We need to start banning. I don't even know if it's the right step to ban these dyes in foods. People can make that choice. The mandatory vaccines need to be fucking banned. Well, they're not imposing you to shovel fucking red dye down your gullet. That's your own that's your own fat ass choice to make, or you're just your own individual choice to make. And if you make it, you're kind of retarded. If you want to eat that shit, it's poison. But that's a choice. But when vaccines are mandatory, that shit needs to be fucking banned. Like, add that shit to the list. I'm just saying, I'd love to see this what should I say, snowball effect starting where we're seeing these dyes getting banned. I don't know if it's the right way to go to ban it, just like banning TikTok. That gives them room to start banning stuff that's actually, productive, like other social media. Once you give an authority the right to ban something, now they have a right to ban other things. So if they ban TikTok, now what do they want to ban? Instagram or Twitter or X or Facebook or other social media apps? That just kind of gives them leverage. Same thing with food. So I don't know if the right way to go is banning things that are voluntary decisions. But I am for banning mandatory things like vaccines. Fuck that. Fuck the people that love giving them out like little freaks. Fuck them. Progressive retards. So yeah, that's my view on that. I mean, I'm okay banning it too. I don't think people should be eating it, but I mean, let the retards choose what they want to do. I mean, the only thing Darwin's cousin fucker ass got right was survival of the fittest, and so let the retards eat poison. I mean, only the fittest will end up surviving. But I don't know if banning it's the right way to go, but I'm all for it if that's what they want to do. But let's be wary about other stuff that they start to ban using this as a proxy, essentially. UFC's back this week. That'll be fun. That'll be quite fun. Moicano, I hope he gets a dub. I hope Yuri Prohaska whips Jamal Hill's ass. Tarzukian and Islam Makhachev. I got Makhachev. I know Kevin Holland's on the card. There's Merab and Umar Nurmagomedov. Umar Nurmagomedov. So we'll see with him. I got Umar in that one. Let's see. Anything else? I didn't see anything else really in the news. Elon Musk's potential TikTok purchase, speculation and opposition. I don't fucking care to see Elon buying any more platforms. Just unless he's gonna let people criticize Israel, his little handlers. But I mean, Elon's kind of a fucking retard now. I mean, I guess he's been paying people to play video games for him, and that's why he's ranked like top 5 in all these video games while being able to run multiple Fortune 500 companies, while also saying we're gonna go to Mars and inhabit Mars in our lifetime when the motherfucker hasn't even gone to the moon yet. So, I mean, this motherfucker's all over the place, and now he wants TikTok. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's better he owns it than the fucking Chinese, I guess. Michelle Obama opts out of Trump inauguration. Good. No one wants to see that big dick swinging around anyway. And then you had them at Jimmy Carter's funeral. Fucking, you have Trump and Obama giggling to each other. It's like, oh, is he funny, Obama? Is he funny, Barack? So Hitler's funny. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what you guys called him for how long? So Hitler's a funny guy. That's basically what you're saying, because you're sitting there giggling like a fucking retard. And then Kamala and her rat-faced husband, Doug Emhoff, walk in and don't talk to anyone. I mean, just two dipshits in a pod right there. No one wanted to talk to them, even the scummiest of the scummy. And then you had, well, you had basically Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which are Bill and Hillary Clinton there. You had Pence, who just basically sold out, just a sellout, just a sellout pussy. But he was there. They were all in good spirits. And then you also had, I think, Bush and his wife trying to dismantle another Middle Eastern country, probably during the funeral. Who knows? And then you had Biden and Dr. Jill Biden. Sorry, I'm not going to call you Dr. Jill Biden. Why don't you? Okay, Dr. Jill Biden, why don't you fucking diagnose and help your goddamn retard son? Seems to be off the fucking rails a little bit. And then Joe's falling asleep, of course, Sleepy Joe. If there's no kids around in the area for him to sniff, he can't stay awake. That's his cocaine. So there's no kids in his vicinity. So he just dozed off during the funeral. And then, yeah, you had Trump, who's just mean mugging Kamala. She didn't want any part of that. She was pissed off that Obama is sitting there giggling with him. Fuck Obama, too. Like, you just called him Hitler for how long, and now you're sitting there laughing at him. So I guess Hitler's at least pretty funny. But, yeah, Michelle, no one gives a fuck if you opt out of Trump's inauguration. So many people are trying to go. Like, so many foreign powers are trying to be there. So many high-profile people want to be there. No one cares if you and your big ass dick show up, all right? Keep that shit somewhere else anyway. The shit's always swinging around in people's faces. No one wants to see that shit anymore. So, yeah, have fun whatever you do. Whatever you do, I'm sure it'll be fun while the inauguration's happening. We'll see. Probably doing some manscaping. That's what she'll be doing. Or he. There's a ceasefire deal is near completion in Israel, or between Israel and Hamas. That would be amazing to see. I would fucking Trump. That's a big dub if you can get this figured out. If you can figure out a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, and then also figure out and end the Ukraine war, you already solidified yourself as the GOAT. So let's hope that happens. And if you do that shit, I guess we're all, you have the whole country's fucking approval to go and fucking take Greenland and the fucking Gulf and make it the Gulf of America if you want. If you stop funding Israel and Ukraine, fucking, you got my support to go in and get Greenland, because God knows that faggot Trudeau ain't gonna protect it. And then the Gulf of Mexico, sure, if we want to take that so we can name it the Gulf of America so that we can drill there, because you can't drill oil in the Gulf of Mexico, but you change the name, you can start fucking drilling. So we'll see. But yeah, that's all I got. So I guess until next time, peace.